Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm really excited to show you something cool today. I have some interesting ideas. I'm trying out something new that I think will enhance Ultimate Forge and future mods quite a bit, so I'm excited to show you what that is. Talk about some philosophy of badass mods and large-scale battles, so we'll check that out. That's Black Ops music, my bad. I'm a spooky voice. Just kidding. I'm a man in a cherub. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. You know, it's been a long day for me. Okay, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I woke up at 3 a.m. today. It is now 5:40 p.m. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long stream, but you know what? We have a coffee for things like that. Let me just in my chair. Hold on. God damn, that was good. The noble throne. This is the seat of the gods. Know your place. You stand before the man in the cherub. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Now then, as I'm sure you can tell, we're not starting out on Ultimate Forge today because I'm not legally obligated to stay on that map all the time. All the assets go into it anyway. It doesn't matter. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. The nice snowy tundra vibes with Skaboodley's giant forerunner structures on here, it's a nice change of pace. I like it. I do like it quite a bit. It's a nice place to walk around in my cherub. It's a nice place to fly around in my cherub. Okay, but for real, I actually have some exciting stuff. Yesterday was stream 100, which was supposed to be a big celebration, and it kind of was. We had Among Us, we had Cherub, we had a bunch of other stream memes that I quickly put together and put them in game and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, like, YouTube cucked me super hard, and unfortunately the stream ended after like 2 hours. It was really lame. I wanted to stream a lot longer, but even on my restreams, it got shut down after like 5 minutes. So I just deleted all the glitched 5-minute VODs of me retrying to stream and decided I'd stream today instead. So, you know, that's where we are here today. Alright, I'm gonna spoil something for you real quick before you click away from the talking man in the chair. I finished the AA gun. You see that over there? You see that big AA gun? It's done. I spent like 5 hours. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I just completely finished it. I'm really excited to show you. It's fucking cool. And I did more than that, and I discovered something that I should have done a long time ago. And it's going to enhance all large-scale battles going forward. I was lucky enough to watch yesterday's VOD while it was still up. Yeah, true. Now, let me show you guys this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh! Okay, check this out. I exit the cherub. You may be familiar with this AA gun. I have had it around for a while, but it hasn't really worked. If you were here a couple of days ago, no, it was probably like, no, it was before my blackout happened and I lost power for several days. But yeah, I think it was probably like 2 weeks ago now. I finally turned this into a functioning vehicle. It could aim and stuff. AA gun needs to fix its posture. This is ideal gaming posture. Alright, this is how I sit at my desk. Fucking giga hunched over like this. This is like an accurate representation of my neck. As I'm modding. No, but in all seriousness, I gave this thing a massive fucking upgrade. This thing went from being like glitched, completely unfinished, to literally completely finished, fully animated, full effects. I even gave it destruction states and damage. Okay, this thing is the real fucking deal. So, let me spawn a scorpion real quick. So I want to show you how it works as far as operating it, but first let me show you. This was a lot of fun to do. Just keep in mind, all right, the health values are not final. Check it out. Just like in the campaign cutscene, this thing blows up and is dead. It's dead as hell. Its guts are everywhere. So there you go. It's actually a destructible vehicle now. You can actually destroy it. And it'll work in multiplayer. Wicked, I know. Wicked. It actually has a place in the sandbox. You'll love to see it. The middle section just disappears, though. That's what it does in campaign. So I figured, screw it, that's what it's going to do in mine. And to be fair, when you blow it up, the middle section, you know, it doesn't just blow up, it disappears technically, alright? So if you think about it that way, technically it doesn't. Think about it. Can you throw a grenade up its poop chute like in campaign? Ah, so let me show you exactly the answer to your question. So, I back up, I go here, I'm gonna jump into it. I made its radius really big so I can enter it from quite a ways away. So here, I'm in it, you know, just like before, it has the full aiming range and everything, how I did the animation on stream. This dude is sleep deprived as fuck. Too much late night Cherub. I am sleep deprived as fuck. I don't want to talk about it. I'm sipping coffee. But check this out. Yeah, that's right. Full animations for this thing. It is campaign accurate 100%. I even got the full effects and everything. This is fully functioning, guys. We got this thing in badass working order. It has all the campaign features that you could expect. And it's all bundled together in one vehicle. You do not want to know the pain that it took. You would think that this is all together in like a functioning package in the game already, and that it would have been easy for me to put this together. No, it was not. This, I had to basically like reattach everything by hand to make it work. You don't even want to know. But the good news is you can't tell that the one in campaign is giga scuffed, because I made this one look pretty damn good in my opinion, you know? Not to stroke my own ego, but damn. Looks pretty good. It even has the nuclear testicle hanging out the bottom, Pogorino. That it does. You want to see something else sick? Watch this. Did you see that? That, my friend, is a giant snow explosion. Was it baked into the map like the Reach BFG base was? No, thankfully not. So the part that I was able to extract pretty easily from the map was this base, which is this leg and all this. Unfortunately, the leg and stuff, the base that was all put together, you know, I'll just show you later in stream, but long story short, it was like the legs were detached. Each piece was detached. For any of you game developers in here who've ever baked ambient occlusion into a model, it was ripped into several different pieces, and they were all separated out completely, and the rig was also separated out completely. It was a mess. I had to reattach everything together, find out where all the markers go, completely reattach it, grab other secondary models like this head, which was a second model, find out where its markers go, attach it to the new rig, and I basically had to re-rig the entire thing from scratch, redo all the animations from scratch, replace all the effects and markers from scratch. I had to rebuild this thing from scratch based on the basic models, and then I had to redo all of its damage states for the damage sections. I basically had to completely remake this thing from scratch, minus making the models and textures. Sounds like it wasn't that bad. Okay, admittedly it wasn't that bad because I knew what it already was supposed to look like. Like, I've seen it in campaign fully functioning, so all I had to do basically was mimic how it already looked in campaign, which was not that hard. And besides, I was motivated. I literally had a dream one time. I shit you not, I had a dream where before Halo 3 mod tools came out, I had a dream where like I was in a jungle on a hillside. And like I had this as a fully functioning vehicle and I was using it and I was like driving it and I was like, damn, this is so sick. And you know what? Now I really do have it. That may be the nerdiest thing I've ever said out loud. Okay, but what if JS or Skabooly made their own version of that thing? I don't know. How could you beat the classic one from campaign? The reason I wanted it so bad is because it's from campaign. How come you operate it from like 150 feet away? Oh, that's just for testing. If you actually want to get in it, you have to get in, you have to like man cannon up onto the ledge here, and then you can get in through these little doors. But yeah, that's just for testing, to make it easier on me. But I do want to show you guys this, it's kind of cool. So I'm going to show you the scale of this. So here's a Scorpion. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw this. If you've been on Twitter today, that is. But long story short, in Halo, let me actually just like show you an example of this. All right, we already have the Scorpion, which is perfect. In Halo, there's something called material effects, okay? A material effect is like, when I shoot this Scorpion here, you see how there's a snowy explosion? There's like brown smoke, which is the generic Scorpion bomb, right? That goes off no matter what surface I shoot this on. You'll see that brown smoke in there. But you'll also notice that there's snow that gets kicked up when it hits a snowy surface. The snow that gets kicked up here and the snow crater it leaves, that's called a material effect. Depending on what kind of surface, sand, snow, dirt, whatever I shoot this at, it's going to create a specific material effect based on the material that it impacts. It's a pretty nifty system, right? It's a very dynamic, cool system. It works for stuff like the treads on the tank or on a Warthog tire, kicking up snow or dirt or sand or whatever surface it's on. It's pretty rad. All right, why am I telling you this? Why am I explaining to you the material effects system? Because there is a very limited selection of material effects. You want to see the biggest explosion? All right, let me just say, material effects are fucking badass, by the way. Like, the fact that I can shoot at any surface, and then it shows, like, a specific type of explosion, like, that's sick. That's really dope. My only complaint with the system is, this is the biggest explosion the material effects system has. And I'm gonna be real with you. That's not very big, okay? So I started, while I was working on the BFG, I got fed up with that. While I love the material effects system, I realized, what if I just made a really good material effect? Like, it's a lot of work because you have to make like 10 different explosions, one for each different type of like material. But check this out. I got fed up and I made a giga huge material effect. Damn it, I died. You didn't hear anything. Okay, here is a large scale material effect, work in progress, mind you, but large scale. Giant snow explosion. The plasma is specific to this, to the BFG, right? The BFG shoots a plasma bomb, but it's also hitting the snow and triggering the Giga Snow Plume, yes! It's huge! It's a massive snow plume. So basically, the reason I'm like lecturing you guys on this is because for at least part of the stream today, I want to spend some time doing a couple of different like material effects. I want to continue this. This is my code name for a custom material effect. I'm just literally calling it it's the BFG material effect for now, but basically it's going to be like a be-all end-all for a massive explosion material effect. It was inspired by like Gary's Mod add-ons that I had seen where like you get hyper-realistic explosions and stuff where it like sprays big like realistic trails of stuff out and it looks really nice and it leaves behind lingering particles for a while. And it basically, if you're in a battlefield, right, like let's say you're in a custom game, somebody shoots this BFG at you, it's gonna be really immersive to be like driving around and then suddenly, boom, a giant explosion goes off. Snow is stuck in the air for like 10 seconds. Please blow up the tank. Okay, fine. Is it still alive? God damn, this thing doesn't do nearly enough damage. There we go. It takes 2 shots to take out a tank. That should be illegal. I need to fix the damage on the BFG. I think it's like the last thing it needs, actually. But as you can see, it does a really nice snow explosion. Now I need to make one for, like, I think sand, dirt, water, and I think that... oh, and stone. Sand, dirt, water, and stone. If I do those 4, that covers most of the materials. If not, like, every material. There might be, like, one exception. My only complaint is that you can only see material effects within a certain distance, and I could not find a value in engine to make them render closer to the camera, but for all intents and purposes, you can see them from quite a distance. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also, the quick moment that we admire the BFG's new ability to shoot steam out of its booty hole. Love to see it. You'll love to see it. Alright, cool. Sorry, I missed the super chat from Demon 2 minutes ago. Thank you very much, Demon, for the 2. Much appreciated. Landing gear has been sent to your DMs. Has it now? Has it? Oh, wait, this is some classic... oh, Demon sent me the old clip from my stream where... oh my god, I'm gonna watch that later. Oh, by the way, hi guys, what's going on? It's me, human being, Rejected Shotgun. Actually a dude. A living human dude. I really love you're able to make it recoil. Yeah, okay. So let me just talk about this for a second, okay? I woke up at 3 a.m. today. I've been working on this all day, so I need to like talk about this briefly just to feel something. So if you notice, some of you may remember this. Last time I was working on this vehicle, it had recoil, but it was like glitched out. And it would like, it just wouldn't work right. And I posted this on Twitter earlier today, and I didn't have recoil, and somebody's like, are you gonna add recoil? And I was like, damn, wait a minute, I forgot to add the fucking recoil like a total idiot. And I was like, can I even do that? And then I realized I could, and I knew how to do it. I figured it out by looking at how the Scorpion cannon handles recoil. The problem is I had to redo all the animations over again and add a new bone into the skeleton of this thing. But I did get it to work, and now you can see from any angle, no matter where I am, the recoil works, and it's as intended. And it was worth it. It was worth it. And I also figured out how to get the little vent here to fire and open up nicely and smoothly in a nice animated way without glitching out, which is nice. So honestly, I'm really happy with this so far. The BFG vent sus, shut the fuck up. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how I'm quite happy so far with how the BFG has turned out. There's probably a couple of things on it I'm gonna have to tweak, I'll be honest with you. I'm just gonna have to kind of like test it out and see if there's like a thing here and there that I don't like. Tweak some damage, speed of the projectile, maybe an effect is out of place or something. Demon with a super chat of $2. Thank you very much. Now make it an AI. I actually really want to. I was actually thinking it would be a lot of fun in a mission to make like an AI. I was thinking like, oh, what if I did like a mission where you're in like a flying vehicle, and you know, that would be like really fucking cool. So I was just like, I think realistically if I made an AI version of it, it would be pretty fucking dope. So I think that's what I'll end up doing, probably. So yeah, I'll end up doing that at some point in the future. Not entirely sure when. Yeah, anyway, I think that'll be a lot of fun. How's that Pelican model coming out? The Pelican, I think I have like one thing I need to edit on the Pelican model, but it was basically done. Can I make the AA gun walk? It would be really hard and not worth it, and it would look weird. But technically, yes, I can. Will Marlet, thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate it. The stuff you make for Halo looks good. Go Epic 343 might as well hire you as lead game designer. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I just took a model and a concept that was already really good from Bungie. Why is it playing copyrighted music? And I put it together in a way that it works well in multiplayer and in game. That's all I did. All the hard work and heavy lifting was already done by very talented Bungie designers before me. So I feel like I can hardly take credit for anything except the functionality of it. Let's listen to some good Halo music. But thank you. I do really appreciate the kind words. I know and appreciate the sentiment. And Eric Raphael also with a $5. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're rejected. I gotta go, but some chatter wanted to know why you don't do Minecraft anymore. Figured it's because you're almost an adult now. Okay, bye. Bye, Eric. Thank you for the $5. I just don't have any desire to do Minecraft anymore. My passion is my childhood love Halo, and I got burned out on Minecraft. They don't hire modders. They do not. That's true. Ah, I love my coffee. Anyway, anti-air cannon works really well. I love it. Oh, wait, that's right. I got to show you guys this too. Since we're going to be doing like some cool explosion stuff today, I want to show you as well. This is the multiplayer Scarab. This is the fully working one in multiplayer, which I'm really, really excited to test out soon. I want to do it in a custom game and see how well it works. It's going to be chaos. This is the multiplayer one. You can tell because I have a little temporary grav lift so people can get in it easily. But let me do this. Whoa. So the material effect for the BFG, the one that lets you have the giant snow explosion. So as a test, I put it on the Scarab to see what would happen. And well, this is this is what happens. It's so much. It's so fucking much. But it looks really cool too. My game actually lags for once. It's so much. I see nothing wrong. It literally lags. There are so many particles. That's technically realistic, but it would cause so many issues. Yeah. Oh, it's so insane. I'm pretty sure that ends up spawning close to like 1,000 particles. It's way too many, but it looks so cool. Hey, yo! Demon of Drugs tipped $10. Thank you very much, Demon of Drugs. The cousin of Demon of Song, the drug dealer. Hey, yo, bruv. Favorite song, go! My favorite song. Hard to pick. I don't know if I have a single favorite song above all else. If I had to pick one of my favorites... Oh, geez. You know, this is a hard one. Let me go to Spotify. Hold on. I want to pick something that's, like, stuck with me for a long time. I have a couple in my head, but I feel like if I miss one, I'm going to be really sad. Oh, there's so many good ones to pick from. I'm not the kind of person where I'm like, oh, I have a favorite color, I have a favorite song. Like, I have a lot of favorites in general that I really like. All right, let me give you... I'll give you a song that I wish I could listen to on stream all the time because I think it would be really really good. This is so edgy, but fuck, man. If I could just listen to this all day on stream, Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace. What a throwback, dude. What a throwback. Oh, I wish I could just jam out to like some 3 Days Grace while doing Halo shit on stream. I would be so happy. And sorry, I know I did miss some super chats. I was pausing to get to them. Okay. Will Marlet super chatted. Oh no, I already read that one. My bad. Demo Gaming. Good to see you, Demo. Appreciate it. Thank you for super chatting the $5. Are you going to redo the AA Scarab? Alternatively, make the Cherub Covenant edition with the Prophet Chair that shoots Hunter Beams. There is a Prophet Chair that shoots Hunter Beams already, actually. I was working on that a little while ago. Ooh, it would be kind of fun to do the recolor. I said I was going to recolor the beams to be yellow, like how they are in Halo 2, but I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, that'd be fun to do today. I'm kind of in the mood, because I'm like really overtired right now, kind of in the mood to do like some effect-related stuff. Effect stuff is nice. I can kind of just like zone in and like really focus on like minute details. And I'm going to be honest, I fucking love making particle systems. They make me so happy. I don't know what it is about particle systems, but even before I modded Halo, I used to like do particle systems in Unity. Like even just making this snow particle system, this big snow explosion, has been so satisfying. Doing the locust beam particles is so good. Do the locust explosion, please. Okay, bet. Plasma explosions in Halo are all kind of generic. I haven't really found an interesting way to do... Actually, that's not true. Particle effects are always so good. I appreciate that. I try really hard to make them actually like good. Like, if I would say there's one thing I'm strongest at, I would probably say it's my particle systems, because it's a really like niche thing that not too many people do. And it's hard. Particle systems are hard to make look good, because there's a couple of like core values that I've learned over time really contribute to making a high quality particle system. And if you don't do them when you're making particle systems, usually your stuff ends up looking amateur. And it's really easy to do that, to fall for that. Okay, let's see. So let me catch up on the super chats as well. Okay, so let me spawn the Prophet Chair as well so I don't forget. It has been too long since I spawned on the Prophet Chair. I'm going to be real. What's it called? It's the Gravity Throne? Yeah, there it is. The Gravity Throne. Let me spawn this in real quick. Wow. It's a beautiful thing, this Gravity Throne. Also needs a HUD reticle. And a better camera for that matter. This is a terrible camera. But it does... Flood music. It does work. Sort of? Oh yeah, you can see the little hunter beams shoot out from either side, and the beam comes out in the middle. Wow. I'll have to look at how the beam works in Halo 2 to get it fully working, but I think more or less I've got the markers and stuff for it. So that's good. Alright. Let me double check. They See Me Lolling has super chatted $2. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Juicy, leaking sus, a Scarab gun. No idea what you're talking about. But thank you. Modded Gamer also tipped $5. Thank you very much, Modded Gamer. Appreciate you. It is I. Just thought of an idea. You should change the tip goal into an energy sword or something more Halo related, which would be cool. The green bar is getting old and related to Green Knight. Okay, dude. JK, hello. But it'd be fun to change it. Actually, that's a great idea. Making it a bar that, like... That would just be kind of cool in general. It's like an empty energy sword, and then it like fills up and is glowy over time. That's a good idea. I'll see if I can't do that. I'll see if... I'm sure I can. I could probably just do like a custom scripted thing and make one. That's a good idea. Well, L Green, dude, everybody shits on Green and he literally does nothing. It's so brutal. Like, he literally is out here making the whole ass Locust. And literally all of you guys are just shitting on him directly. Dude, I'm about to pull the Locust out of the mod. I swear. None of you deserve his Locust. Him and Skaboodly worked hard. Holy shit, Attica's just gifted 10 memberships? What the fuck? God damn. Atticans, thank you so much. Jesus Christ. That's huge. Dude, that's so many memberships, a tenner. What the fuck? Actually enormous, massive, huge. Panic Cargo, congrats, congrats. Actually, thank you so much, Atticus. It's really kind of you. I always say it, but memberships are like the most community-oriented way of giving to the stream and supporting the stream that I really appreciate it, because not only do you support me with the memberships, but you also support everyone here in the community who has not gotten a membership already. Literally, like, everyone is a member at this point. Like, were there even people who weren't members after the past couple of days of the membership gifts? Like, it's actually insane. Whew, actually I left the heater on. God, it's hot as hell. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 2. It's in Delore to blame green. That's actually, yeah, it's written in the Halo Encyclopedia. I do think it had a passage in there, but that's not, I think about it. You have a point. Thank you, Atticans. That was very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Demo Gaming, thank you so much for the $5. Is the Frigate Interior still a thing? If so, will it have slots for the escape pods? I don't think the Frigate Interior was ever a thing. You might have dreamed that up. I know that for a while, I think, was it Skaboodly? Was Skaboodly the one working on the Frigate Interior? I think it was him. He was working on one, but unfortunately his hard drive exploded and died, and he lost it all, which was very sad. So unfortunately, there is no Frigate Interior that I know of. And I'm certainly not working on one right now, because that is a lot of work. I need to focus on finishing Ultimate Forge. Oh, I was talking about the ODST dropship map from the Mombasa? Oh. Yeah, there is that. There is that. I still have the Mombasa map. I haven't loaded it up in a while, so I honestly don't know how it's working. I'm kind of tempted to load it up and see what state it's in, because I haven't loaded it since I redid my tags folder, so it might have some missing textures and stuff. Delete all my assets from the mod, and then they'll have to beg me back. Alright, I'm removing all the banished assets, all the Halo Wars vehicles that Greens made from Ultimate Forge, everybody. One too many blame Greens. Sorry it's come to this. What's the plan for the stream? So today, I do need to do work on the Locust, but I am really sleep deprived, so I'm probably just going to do like the Locust explosion effect, which is going to be fun. I want to work on some of the big explosion effects as well, like the one that I used for the BFG here. Like this giant, excuse me, this giant snow explosion. I at least want to also do the dirt explosion, because obviously this is going to be an Ultimate Forge and the grass is going to shoot into dirt. And while it's really cool to have a giant snow explosion, nobody's ever going to see it on Ultimate Forge because there is no snow on that map at all. But damn, that does look pretty fucking cool. So I'll make a dirt version of that. Maybe a sand version of it just to get it all complete. But I'll also do some of the Locust explosions and stuff. And I'll probably touch up the Locust a little bit as well, just for the sake of getting some things along. Oh, Green also did a bunch of stuff on the Locust. I do need to import it now that I think about it. I forgot to import it earlier. So this is not the new Locust. Let me, you know what? Let me import Green's new Locust right now, actually, because this is still the old one. This is the Locust that, the one that I last touched. Let me grab the new Locust real quick. Okay. Blah, blah. let's see. Modded Gamer, thank you very much for the $3 tip. We secretly love Green and all the work he does, but he can't know that. The memes and the rejected commandments say thou must blame Green Knight. Do you blame Green Knight in your heart? Okay. The updated Covenant Locust. I replace all files in destination. Ooh. Ooh. If anything breaks, I will actually blame Green. Also, while that loads, I'm going to close Sapien real quick. So that way it can reload all the files. Also, my PC is like actually exploding right now. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Okay, there we go. It loaded, so now I reopen Sapien real quick to extinction. Drivable flying platform with early mover physics. Actually, though, that would be... Yo, that would actually be kind of fun for, like, mini-games and custom games. If anything breaks, I will blame you because I told you to make a backup. It doesn't matter. It's too late now. It's just simply too late. Like, if you literally just had a wall, okay, a giant wall, and you just had a bunch of people standing on it, and there was a driver's seat, okay, and it had, like, early mover physics, which means, like, it moves, so everybody on it moves with it, like, without any issue, and it was just a giant wall, that would actually be fucking awesome. That would be so awesome. All right. Let's see. Did it break? Yes, somehow. Oh, it's only the effects. Hold on. I can fix that. I can fix that. That's easy. It's an easy fix. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Relax. Hey, calm down, everybody. Hey, chill. Hey, relax, guys. We're getting the Locust back in working order. Listen, okay? Green thinks he can take us all out. He's wrong. He thinks he can sabotage the Locust by putting in tons and tons of work into it. He can't. He can't. I mean, he can because it's literally his vehicle. Him and Skaboodly made it together, but... Listen. He's trying to sabotage the stream. He's trying to make me look like a fool by overwriting stuff. He can't get away with this. He can't get away with this. What was I doing? Oh, right, the effects. So it needs the impact effect. Where's the impact effect set? Hello? Oh, right, the projectile. I'm dumb. It does need a firing effect, though. So there's the projectile. And so this is the firing effect. Green, did you ever get the effects fully working? Oh, you have like the old effects. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, do I don't have it in here. I gotta re-download my own file. I have to drag my own files in here. I did not get the projectile effects working. It's okay. I will fix them. Ah! Modded Gamer with the $1. Thank you very much. The Locust is lame. Where's the Wedge Infinite? Unsubscribing not cool. Been too many streams without it. I know you're fiending like a drug addict. You can't get enough. I understand. The Wedge Infinite has that effect on people, you know, it really has a powerful effect, and I'm sorry that you're so hooked on it, you know, it's not good. It's not a good thing. Don't do drugs, kids. Okay, now I think if I refresh, one more refresh, that should have all the effects on the Locust now. Hooray. Dude, I'm reading chat right now, and I'm sure there's some lurkers who don't have green names, but damn, everybody's a member. After the past couple of days and the insane gifts, like, that's a lot of members. How hard is it to import Blender models into Halo with the textures? It's not that hard. Once you do it like once or twice, it's super easy. You just have to set it up so that you have like Blender with the Halo toolkit, and then you kind of know how it works. Okay, let's see. Are the effects in? There we go. There we go. The effects are back. Better. Oh, I love that. Okay, now punch it. All right, I'm gonna punch the Locust. I'm punching this leg. Oh! 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 I'm gonna punch it again. Wait. Oh, okay. I'll fix that. Oh! It broke more. I'm gonna have to make it so that it punches off, but that's sick. I think that's as much as that leg breaks. Okay. Let me punch the back leg. Oh wait, yeah. I'm gonna have to reduce the shine, I think. Skaboodly! Thank you very much for the 2! Did you ever get the charge up working? I don't think so, because as far as I know, in Halo 3 at least, charge weapons make it so you have to fire for a fixed amount of times. Holy, Green actually set up all the damage states, dude. He literally came to me and was like, dude, is there anything I can do to speed up the Locust? Because your ass is slow as fuck. And he was like, let me do the damage states. And he fucking did it. Look at this. What a fucking based ass dude. Does it break more? Oh, it does! Look at that! It's so busted up. Wait, does the body take damage too? I don't think the body takes damage. It just takes a lot. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah! Yeah! This is not working. Okay, I'm gonna blow it up. I need a weapon. Why is the nuke launcher the only weapon I have on the map? Okay, we're gonna get a brute shot in here. It's a nice medium damage weapon, right? The brute shot's perfect for testing. There we go. Now the body kind of broke. Oh, check it out! It exploded. There's locust bits everywhere. That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Big fan. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. That is sex. Pew, 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 pew. I don't fully understand it. Hey, yo, Atticans gifting 10 more memberships. Good God, that's insanity. Holy hell, Atticans, thank you so much. That is huge. Been real, boys, I'm head out. What the fuck? You can't just mic drop like that? Hello? It's been real, just fucking drops 10 memberships and leaves. I don't think you can legally do that. That's fucking crazy. Thank you so much for that, though. I really appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Brute shot doesn't do impact damage, only AoE damage, so it only damages body. It's cringe. Oh, that's true. I had some issues with it before. Oh! Damn, the Locus really just collapsed like that. Feels bad. Man, just mic dropped. He really did, though. Holy shit, Atticans. What a fucking Chad. Cultured Desert, thank you so much for the 2. Appreciate that. You said, always nice to see you streaming after I get home. Yeah, it's a bit later than I would have liked to stream, but, you know, I'm here at this hour. Let's be real, okay? This is a better hour for me to stream at anyway. All right, everybody's off work, you know. You want to throw my stream up on the side for a minute while you're doing whatever it is you're doing. It's probably better that I do it at this time anyway, so, you know. It's nicer for me, too. I like staying up in the evening. It's a little weird, though, because I woke up at like 3 a.m. today, and it's kind of rough, but, you know, it do be like that sometimes. Skaboodly. Oh, shit. Thank you very much for the tenor. Do the bottom doors blow off? Also, do the mandibles and heads not have damage states yet? I'm sorry for going so damn hard on the damage states. The Jackrabbit taught me how much work it is. No, you're totally fine. So... Green did the damage states for the body. He went ahead and did all the damage states for the body, which is really nice of him. But as of right now, the head doesn't actually have any of the damage states set up. I need to go into Blender and put them in there. So I'll do that. I'll go ahead and do that. And then let me think what else. Excuse me. I don't think the doors have damage states right now. But I was considering just tying the door damage states to the body, so that, see how the body's now gone into its like damage section. I'm probably just gonna make it so when the body gets damaged like this, the doors will also take damage, just kind of as like one solid unit. Because realistically, while you're operating this thing, like you're not really gonna see the doors, and they're gonna mostly look like they're a solid piece. Wait, what the hell? What? Why did the doors do that? What happened? Have they always done that? Your blend had the doors parented wrong? Listen, man, that's just a blend you sent me for the record, okay? I never touched the doors. I think. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe I probably did. I don't know, though. I've seen this thing walking around a lot. I've never noticed that. Fix the doors, but I don't think you have that version. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the 5. Piston's overheat animation is going to look so sick. I'm assuming it'll work like the plasma rifle overheat. So the only way that I can do the piston animation, it would require me to re-export every single animation and also merge the head with the main body. And I would basically have to like redo everything. That would mean we'd have to redo that. Yeah, basically we'd have to redo the entirety of the vehicle. It's because of like a quirk of how functions work in the game. Basically, the head, the way that this vehicle is set up right now, the head is a separate vehicle. So it's like you have the biped, aka the walking part, which is the body, and the head is kind of like the scorpion turret on the top. It's like the scorpion cannon on the top. And so it has a weapon on it, and the weapon is the beam. So the beam weapon is attached to the turret. But that means that the body, the legs, and everything it doesn't have information about the weapon. The weapon is only attached to the head vehicle. So the information about this beam weapon does not get translated down into the biped. The problem is, right? The problem is that the weapon info that you would need to animate these little things does not exist. It does not transfer down into it, unfortunately. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Master Oof. That might actually work. Master Oof said, can you make a fake weapon and attach it to the biped? I think the answer to that is yes. I think so. Make the fake weapon that has the same values but no projectile. Yeah, exactly. That's... I don't know if it'll let me. But like, yeah, that's actually really smart. I'm pretty sure if it's just a duplicate... So like the head vehicle has this weapon on it. But the body, the leg part, it does not have a weapon or any weapon information. But if we had the same thing as the beam weapon, but there was like a dummy one attached to the body, right? Every time I shoot this, technically the body would also be shooting a duplicate weapon with the same settings and the same information to pull from, but you would never know. Big brain. I've done it for the Locust AI. It had similar issues. So you've already tested it and it works? Damn, say less. What the fuck? I was worried that it wasn't going to work because the engine would like read 2 weapons in one unit and like shit the bed or something. But you're saying that you've already tested it and it works? Bipeds can't pull data from the weapon functions? Are you sure? Oh, that does ring a bell. Hold on. No, because the Master Chief said they already tested it and it worked. No. The weapon functions for illumination, there is one that I think it can pull from, which is not the illumination function, but the weapon underscore illumination function. It's the same thing as the Locust head. I mean, I can test it right now. Let's test it. So what I do is I'll go into the biped, and I'm going to give it a beam as well. It will have the same animation issues. Let me see. So what I'm going to do for the Locust right quick is I'm going to go to the shader for the Locust. Right now, the way that the glow on the Locust is set up is when you get in or out, the lights will fade on and fade off, those little glowy LEDs. But what I'm going to do is instead of making it so when you get in or out of it, it glows, I'm going to make it so the function has... The function that it's using is called driver seat power. Basically means when the seat has power, somebody's in it. It fades on. But I'm going to switch it for weapon underscore illumination. So what you're going to see happens is the head now, the head will light up when I shoot. But the body will not. So the body... This is what I was talking about before. The body doesn't react to the weapon because it doesn't receive information from it. Only the head has the weapon information. So you can see the head reacting because it's the vehicle receiving that info. Can you make a dummy biped spawn with the weapon by default? Yeah, so let's see. So what I'll do is if this method does work, all I would have to do is go to the biped. This is the leg part here. And I would give it a weapon. I'll literally just give it the weapon. I'll give it the Locust weapon. And it should, that means that we'll have 2 beams shooting out and it'll look really weird, but that's fine. Because we're just testing this anyway. Is it Locust beam weapon or Locust weapon? I'm going to assume it's Locust beam. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, let's see. I get in. I think it works. Check it out. The lights are off on the body now. So if I fire and the lights on the legs and the body come on, then this method will work. You'll love to see it. It's reading weapon illumination info. There you go. The body reads it. So now if I just remove any weapon info, it's still going to do the same animation bug as the mandibles. See how the lights instantly turn on? So the reason the lights are instantly turning on is because the heat generated per round is a lot. And if I reduce the amount of heat generated per round, then it'll stack. I can get the rate to be stacking so that it opens up over a fixed period of time. Right now it's just doing way too much heat generated per round. Why is there red fire? Because there's technically a second beam now attached to the body. I need to null it out. I don't think that's how it works. It's tied to the weapon generates an illumination based on the heat function. I was literally testing it earlier today when I was doing the BFG. Before I found a better solution for it. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom really quickly. And then I'll see if I can't get this to work. So I'll be right back. Oh my god, wait, for once I was actually muted. Holy shit. I read you guys in chat saying muted, and you want to know what's hilarious? You want to know what's hilarious? I didn't believe you. You literally did that to yourselves. Played by your own selves. Tried to fake me out one too many times. It's the boy who cried wolf. Silly chat. Silly chat. You should have known better. Next time, leave him muted. Dude, that's so fucked up. Demon, thank you very much for the $5. Not a joke. Actually muted. Yeah, also I sent the 10. Yeah, sorry, I read the 10 while I was muted. But thank you for the 10. You said, dumb idea. To have the animation bug be fixed, have the vents be visible at all times when it's not firing, so that when it's firing, the vents are down. That way, when you're done firing, the vents come up. So I do like the idea, but I don't know if I actually have to resort to that. Here's my idea for the vents right now. Skaboodly, chime in if you have an idea for it, but my idea is, as you're firing more and more and it's getting closer to overheating, they kind of come up to halfway, and as they reach halfway, it'll trigger the overheated function where it instantly kind of jumps up a bit and steam like comes out or something, or like fog kind of rolls out, and then it like fades back down. Something similar to that. Or it'll just come up all the way and stop once it's overheated and then slowly come back down. Okay, let me see. Before I was gone, I was trying to do the weapon so that it... Fuck, I totally forgot. I'm so overtired. I've completely lost my train of thought. What was I doing? I got the body function working. So, mandibles, that's right. I wanted to see if I can get the illumination to kind of ramp up so that the mandibles open in a more slow fashion. Skaboodly, thank you for the tenor. Much appreciated. I've been popping in and out, so sorry if you've already answered this, but are you planning on giving the Locus beam charge it before firing instead of instantly shooting out, or is that a no-go? I would ideally have a very short charge up so that it can like open and then fire, but the problem is, if you do a charging weapon in Halo 3, as far as I'm aware, the only way that you can have a charged weapon is where it's like the Spartan laser or the Scarab, where it charges and then it shoots for a specific amount of time and then stops. Which means that if you wanted to like control how long you shoot for, you lose that ability with a charged weapon. So it's like you either don't have a charge and you can fire it for as long as you want and stop whenever you want, or you do have a charge and you have a fixed period of time it fires for and you don't control it. So right now I'm leaning towards no charge because it feels better to have that level of control. Yeah, charge weapons aren't automatic in Halo 3. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Demon, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. That's not going to work with your method. Your method has the lights come on instantly. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can't fix that right now. So the way that the current weapon setup works... Let me stack these over here, keep things organized. So here's the weapon. Right, so the way that it works right now is we're basing it off the weapon's illumination. And the weapon has heat recovery thresholds are good, heat loss per section. So overheated heat loss per second is good. Heat illumination, the amount of heat given off when the weapon is overheated, that's fine. So all the heat recovery options look good. Let's see, we're at a spew weapon, spew charge. So charging time is 1 second, but we don't actually use it. I'll set charged illumination to 0 just to make sure that's not instantly triggering it. Because I know it can do that sometimes, even if it's not a charge weapon. Okay. So now what we want to do is find everything related to the illumination function. His ass cannot fix the lights coming on instantly. I'm pretty sure I can. The main problem that we have with this vehicle right now is that it has 30 rounds per second. So 30 rounds per second means that I'm going to have like a hilariously low set of values that I don't even know if the illumination functions will allow me to get to. Yeah, heat generated per round is 0.015. So you multiply that by 30. Let's see, let's do that. We'll add like a 0 to it and see. I don't even know if it reads values that low. I genuinely don't know if it reads values that low. Flood music. Let's do rounds per second 1 and see if just 1 round will cause instant illumination to trigger. Warthog turret charges up to, not just Scarab or whatever else, except you fire Warthog turret infinitely for however long you choose. Yeah, it uses a barrel spin as the function. Okay, so 1 round here causes instant illumination, which is not what we want. Let's see. Illumination recovery time is 1 second. The transition from bright to dark. Heat generated per round. Seems good. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the 10. Thank you, thank you. Also, sorry again if this was answered, but did you figure out a way to get the pistons working just by using an invisible weapon attached to the vehicle with an overheat effect? That's what I'm testing right now, actually. So we were able to get the heat function working because Master Oof said that method. And so as you can see, the body lights now react to the weapon, which we didn't have. The body had no communication with the weapon before, but now we have it working. You can see the body lights come on. Now I'm just trying to see if I can make it so that it doesn't instantly come on. I'm trying to see if I can make it so it ramps up. Right now, it does not ramp up. It just instantly goes to max, which is not good. The ideal way that we would do this would be how like the plasma rifle works. So what I'll do actually is I'm going to reference the plasma rifle because, as I'm sure you're all aware, when you fire the plasma rifle, it slowly builds up heat until it fires completely. So I'm literally just going to copy the exact way the heat system is set up. So what is this? This is import name heat, lens flare scale, turn off with age. Okay, so that's not important. What is important though is, wait for it, so the plasma rifle, heat recovery threshold, heat loss per second, all balanced out. Heat illumination is 1. I don't think any of those should matter too much. Got overheated damage, blah blah blah. Honestly, at this point, just change it so the pistons start up and move down as it fires until overheated, which has slowly move up. Well, it's easier said than done, just because I'm going to have to re-export out every animation. Because right now, the pistons cannot move. They don't have a bone. You need bones to move stuff. And the pistons don't have bones. So the pistons cannot move, period. I'm going to have to go in there, make bones, and then re-export out the forward walking animation, the backwards walking animation, the jumping animation, and whatever else. The turning, the looking animations, I'm going to have to re-export all of them. Just because it's going to have a new skeleton structure. There are bones for the pistons? They just aren't used? Really? Oh, thank God. Alright, magazine 0. So let's see here. I'll make sure that it's got the same functions. Right trigger, spew, fire, none. All zeros. Charging effect clear. I'm going to literally copy all of these values over for now. Not anything too crazy though. Actually, let's just do like 5 per second, so it'll be like ba 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 ba, and that'll give us a good understanding of how it works. It's got an acceleration time, deceleration time, that's fine. Okay, here's the miscellaneous part. I'm gonna copy these over. So the illumination recovery time. Heat generated per round. Age generated per round. This shouldn't matter. Like the way that it was set up already should work great. It just do not be working. For whatever reason. Genuinely don't know why. It might be like an error with the function where it just doesn't read anything but solid values. So now it turns off instantly, but it also turns on instantly. All right. I have an idea. The illumination always goes to 1 when a shot fires. Why didn't you say that before? You just said it was impossible. Can I do anything with a function? The illumination goes to 1. Does it go beyond 1? Or does it cap at 1? You just didn't read chat? Oh. Because if it doesn't cap at 1 though, can it stack to beyond 1? If I made a new function on the weapon... Here's, yes, wireless mouse is a hamster. Here's my hamster. It's so small. I don't think it stacks. You might be right. I might have to just give up on this point. You know, there is one other function potentially, which is barrel spin. Does it grab the primary rate of fire function? I don't think so. Let's see though. Can always test it out. No, it doesn't look like it grabs that function. Through my testing, it only grabbed illumination, weapon underscore illumination, no less, which is technically not a function. So weapon illumination is not a function of the weapon. This is a unit function, which specifically was made to grab weapon info. Weapon info does not natively get grabbed by bipeds or vehicles, as far as I know. Weapon illumination is like the exception to the rule, because it's technically a function designed to skirt the rule. Did I added the Covenant Cruiser and Carrier into Ultimate Forge? I've only added the Corvette. And I added a giant carrier that's technically not in right now, but it's not flyable. It's like a prop. Skaboodly, thank you for the $5. Much appreciated. Like a wise rabbit once said, do a barrel spin. Also, doesn't barrel spin require an animation? I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how the barrel spin function works. I tried to look into it once and it was really confusing. I don't think barrel spin's gonna work. I think it's just gonna have to stay as it is. There's not a good way to do this. For example, how the Warthog chain gun takes time to get to a full rate of fire. The only issue with the barrel spin function right now is the beam itself needs to fire at a constant rate, So you would want, ideally, it opens up and then fires. If it just like opens up while it's already starting to fire, it kind of defeats the purpose of opening up in the first place. In my opinion, anyway. So I'm thinking maybe we just stick with it how it is right now. Can you tie the speed of the barrel like the Halo 2 Alpha for the 3D spinning reticle? Yeah, that's totally doable. Cleaning up all the work I did to test this out. I think we should just leave it as is. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Modded Gamers gifted 5 memberships? Hello? That's huge. You sniped 5 people with those memberships. Thank you very much, Modded Gamer. That is really fucking generous of you. Much appreciated. Goddamn, much appreciated. Wait, read. I think the heat function is grabbed. Is the heat function grabbed? I'm pretty certain it's not. All weapon functions don't get grabbed. Yeah, the head isn't receiving any info from the heat function. Let me see though. I can find out something relatively interesting. In the functions box here, where is it? Where's the functions box? Okay, so add function. So under object, no, sorry, units. So this is where weapon illumination is, which means all of these theoretically we can use to control any animation on the unit. Which means that we could also, I don't know what the fuck mouth aperture is, but that's a thing theoretically. What else? Barrel spin. Excuse me, barrel spin is on here, but I don't think it would work good for this case, unfortunately. Driver seat power is already used for the lights. I don't know what mouth aperture is though, to be honest. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the $5. If it were me, and I may play around with this on my own, I would just copy the Scarab beam you have and just scale it down and change the effects. Scarab beam? You mean like the Halo 3 or the Halo 2 one? I don't think you would like the Scarab beam being on here too much. I'll show you. For gameplay reasons, it would probably not be too much fun. I'm dumb. Oh, here. Wait, let me copy you. The head turret for the Scarab. Baby Scarab. So the reason I wouldn't recommend using the Scarab weapon for this is because it has a really long travel time. It's like, let's say I wanted to do damage to this thing from here, this is what I would have to do. Basically, it would wait. It would take like a long time to travel. Like, let's say I'm on a big map like this, which is where the Locust excels. There's a scorpion moving over there. If it's moving, I'm gonna have to like lead my shots like this really hard. I will say though, it actually does look quite a bit better than I expected it to. Just make it faster. Make it a lot faster, thinner, and pink. Okay, well then you run into another problem though, which is the effects, because this is not really a beam. The only reason I'm saying that is because, like, well, I'll just do this. It's broken up into a lot of little segments. Let me see. I'll add like a crap ton more segments just to give you like a fair read on it. So it was, what is it, 8 before? So it's shooting 8 per second. Here is 30 per second. Just in all fairness to see if I can get it to work good. So here 30 per second. Wait, 8 to 30 is what, a multiplier of almost 4? So 16 times 4 brings me to what, like 60-ish? Which is like a 2-second duration, so there we go. So here we go. This is more of a beam, let's see. It definitely looks like more of a beam this way, I'll say that. And then if I edit the projectile to give it a faster speed. What's its speed right now? Right now it has a speed of 20. I could make it 100, which is like a 5 times speed up. That's pretty huge. It still has travel time. The desync. I don't think it would desync. It looks okay, but like if you're gonna make a beam that's already really fast and thin, like this, you might as well just do it the same way the old one worked. It's not spawning an initial bolt of plasma for some reason. Oh, I just didn't speed or add that in because it's but yeah, it would be there if I actually did it. Long story short, the reason that the old way exists where there's an instantaneous beam is if you're trying to make a beam weapon and it's going to be really, really fast, you might as well just make it an instantaneously traveling beam because it's going to give you better results and have effects more in line with that way of function. So it do be working pretty good that way. Objects, vehicles, Locus remastered. Where are you? There you are. Head, weapon, Locus beam. Okay. Whoa. Can you add the closing animation for it once you cancel the shot? It's slamming closed. No. In Halo Reach, all of this would be very easy because the animation system for this stuff is really straightforward. Or not really straightforward, but it's a lot more complex. Now, for the record, I can add a charge. I 100% can add a charge to this, right? I can make it so the mandibles open. The problem is, like right now I can do this. I can turn the beam on and off whenever I want. But if I add a charge, it's going to do this. It's going to go charge, and then it's going to go 1, 2. And I want to fire it again. Charge, 1, 2. I completely will lose the ability to choose how long to fire it for. It will only fire for a fixed duration. That is just how charge weapons work in Halo 3. So I don't want to do that. I think right now this is currently the best way to do it. I don't like that the mandibles open instantly, but I also don't think there's any good solution for it. I think it's just a limitation. I made a beam that can pulse out a second projectile over and over again. I mean, that's probably useful for some things, but honestly right now, just having an ability to charge plus go on. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I've been awake for so many hours. Anyway, let's make an explosion. Demon, thank you very much for the tenor. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, wouldn't the limited fire time make sense for an overheat? It would, but it's just like, I don't know, the ability to choose how long you fire feels good. Having a fixed fire rate makes sense for like a big charge like the Scarab, and it feels okay there. It would be better if the Scarab could fire for as long as you want, but yeah, sadly, it's just not possible with this. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the tenor. Thank you, thank you. Another term for what you're describing is a runaway trigger, kind of like how the Reach Rocket Hog works. You're right, I hate runaway triggers, so yeah, I just wish there's some kind of wind-up. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, there might be like some way that I just can't think of right now off the top of my head. All the ways that these functions interact, like the unique and creative ways that even in Halo 3 with its limited functions, that you can like use them and find creative ways to come up with stuff. I'm not saying it's impossible. All I'm saying is right now I'm not seeing a way. I'll think about it more because honestly I'd really like to find a solution here. The fact that the mandibles open just instantly, it rubs me the wrong way. Realistically, the illumination function should not trigger to 1 instantly. It does, which is lame. I want to look more into that. But yeah, for now, that's just how it is, unfortunately. Let me get some water. I'm getting a headache. Babel, thank you very much for that $5. Your name do be looking unfamiliar, so it's good to see you. Appreciate the $5. What about left click to long fire with overheat, but right click to charge shot but overheat? That is possible and would work. My only thing is then you have one mode of firing that looks funny and one that doesn't. So then it's kind of like, why even have both? At that point, you might as well just do the one that gives you more control. It kind of makes the other one pointless. Technically, your solution there does work, but then it's just like most people are probably going to end up preferring the one that gives them more control anyway with no runaway trigger. So it's kind of like an interesting trade-off. Joe the Assassin, thank you very much for the 2. Oh, the other could do more damage? True, that would incentivize it more. Kind of feels a bit messy with that setup, though. Like, it's an interesting... No, I was gonna say maybe there could be like a... excuse me, a second weapon of some kind where it like shoots like something more powerful, but then I would get screamed at because it wouldn't be lore friendly. Joe the Assassin, thank you for the 2. Well, what I said about the pistons start open work, let me see. What did you say about it? What was I'm scrolling. When did you say this? Like, I'm scrolling for a while. I still don't see it. I asked Green, but he didn't respond. Is it possible to use barrel spin to have it so the beam will not fire unless at max acceleration? Wait a minute. I don't think barrel spin would work for that, unfortunately. The beam will not fire unless at max acceleration. So... that is possible. Technically. But it wouldn't work good. Basically, what I could do is I could make an effect that only shoots out a projectile of the beam after the function reaches like peak spinning speed. So like the barrel function is like barrel spin is causing it to open potentially, and then as it reaches final barrel spin, the effect plays because we can have the effect only play at final velocity and then it shoots. The problem is if you shoot projectiles out with effects, they don't aim right. That's the downside. That's because when I aim with this and I fire using the proper weapon, it aims on my reticle. But if I were to shoot it through a projectile, it might be like slightly off. It'll basically shoot out in a straight line. Because right now when I shoot this, chances are it's actually not shooting in a perfectly straight line. It's probably aiming slightly upward and coming out because it's trying to go where I'm aiming. An effect doesn't know where I'm aiming. An effect just shoots whatever direction it is shot out at. So basically you would completely lose precision. But that would work, but it wouldn't be worth it because it would no longer be using the in-game's weapon system. So that's the trade-off there. So good solution, good idea, but not worth the trade-off. Did you ever release the updated Ultimate Forge mod? That is what I'm working on right now. But I'm getting really distracted with this Locus stuff. There's a lot of great ideas that are coming in chat, but I just don't think in the end they're going to end up working. So because of that, I think what I'm going to do is instead... excuse me. Yeah, instead... I'm going to work on the Locust Explosion. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the 5. You can check the projectiles use weapon origin box in the weapon tag. Also, can't effects be attached to projectiles? Yes, effects can be attached to projectiles. Indeed. Joe, thank you for the 2. Wrong comment, I reposted it. Oh, was it not what I read? I said it changed the pistons start up and move down as it fires until overheated, at which they slowly move back up with the venting effects. That could work, but ideally, if it was hot, you would want them moving upwards to get more air and airflow, and then to be able to like vent any heat outwards. It'd be kind of backwards if you think about it for them to like go down inside of it while it's gaining more heat. That would basically like suffocate the pistons if they are like a heat exchanger. And Skaboodly, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the weapon tag, because I know what that does. Basically, it makes it... It's not really going to have an effect here, because this is a third-person weapon, so it's not... that box isn't going to really do too much there. But yeah, to answer your question, effects can be attached to projectiles. Babel with another 5. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Main fire is continuous, but projectiles are slow. Secondary fire is charged, but instant. That way one is for short range. That's honestly not a bad gameplay solution. Could work good, but it's just not, in my opinion, it's not worth it because then you're basically coming up with an entirely new gameplay element just to solve the issue of a slight visual quirk. And I feel like that's not worth completely changing the fundamental design of the vehicle for. Aren't the pistons supposed to be a weak point when they're venting? I mean, that would make sense. It would be like the AA cannon when it's firing. Every time it fires, its vent is exposed, which is a weak spot. Oh, and I totally forgot to show you guys this, but check this out. Hold on, let me go here. Okay. This is totally side note. I didn't realize this, but the AA cannon here had effects. It had extra effects that I never had used, and I had to put a bunch of custom markers to make them appear in Blender. But now, if I set the game speed really low, there's a bunch of electricity and stuff around the barrel that comes lurching forward. So like you'll see the giant glowy bits, the giant exposed glowy bits here, have a giant electric effect that's kind of like a railgun that fires forward. These effects did not exist before, and I just discovered them earlier today before stream and applied them. So check this out. It's really subtle and it happens really fast, but basically those giant exposed light areas accelerate forward energy and electricity at like high speeds. And it's like I said, it's really subtle, but I'm so glad I noticed it because I feel like it adds a decent bit of impact to the firing animation. Oh, it also adds camera shake, the effect. So when you fire, your camera shakes a decent bit. And it adds like a screen effect when you fire as well. So it honestly added quite a bit of oomph to the AA cannon. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the 10er. Much appreciated. Yeah, just make the head blow up. Like the whole vehicle is so close to what could be considered complete damage states now. Tricky functions can be patched later. Agreed. It was honestly a lot of fun because a lot of you guys in chat had really great suggestions. Like overall, it was kind of fun to try to work through that problem. But Skaboodly is right. That is something that can be patched later if a solution is found. But actual functional progress on getting the damage states is more important here. So I'm going to do the first thing, which is to make an effect for the Locust exploding and dying. And for that, I have a couple of ideas. I want to start with a basis of something like a phantom explosion. What I'm thinking is a pretty generic Covenant explosion, reminiscent of the AA cannon here exploding. The AA cannon has kind of a nice explosion when it dies. You can see it. Okay, that looked really weak. I have no idea why it looked that weak. Usually it looks a lot better than that. Let's try that again. What the fuck? That's the one from campaign in the cutscene. Why did it look so weak? The fuck? Did it always look that weak? Oh, whatever. You get it. Some plasma comes out. Some smoke and fire is left over. I'm gonna do something like that, but obviously make it a little bit fancier. Solution is redoing the entire head and body. Even if we did that, though, the vehicle itself doesn't really take weapon functions either, so it wouldn't really make a difference. For the mandibles, anyway. But yeah, for... No, because the illumination is also instant when you go through the vehicle functions. Wait a minute. No, yeah. The illumination function when passed over is instant every time. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Literally 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry. You really want to know what happened? The inside of my ear just became like unbearably itchy for some reason, so I just Q-tipped it and it was orgasmic. Now you know. Now you know. I think the solution would be to actually making the weapon tag have a model, the pistons. Would that work? No, because then it would lose functionality. I don't know what the solution would be. That might actually work, but then you would lose other functionality. It's like such a series of trade-offs. Yo, it's Shotgun. Yo, it's Shiro. Wait, what the fuck? Why am I on top chat? I'm always on live chat. Sorry, I've been missing some chats. Okay. Look good. It do. It do be looking good. Alright, let me open up Blender real quick. Still got the BFG in Blender from when I was working earlier. By the way, this was the solution. I doubt this will help really anybody. But I animated it so that this gun came flying backwards before. That did not work. It caused weird issues in game where the animation did not look right. And that was because when it flies backwards, it was relative to the angle of the previous bone. So what I had to do was I made a second bone attached to the main gun. And this is what's actually controlling everything. And I could move this one backwards, and it was relative to this bone instead, which means that the firing animation on the BFG worked at any angle. It's relativity, baby. You love it, you hate it. I cry. Please send help. Alright. Have you ever played any Ace Combat games? Yeah, there was like Ace Combat 8, I think, for like the Xbox 360. 7? 7, right? I don't really remember, but it was pretty fun. It was like a demo I think I played, and it was like really rad because the graphics were so good. Like blew my mind. I'm so tired. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Not the Locust. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the markers on it. The markers that it has is all of these. So damaged, 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 damaged. There's a bunch of markers around it for different damages, which is pretty nice. And it has these markers inside for the leg deaths, which is really good for little Covenant explosions when it takes damage. Reject to stop the stream and get some sleep. No! It's too early to sleep. Also, I promised I would do a longer stream today because stream number 100 yesterday got cut short. So I want to stream for a while today. I have plenty of coffee. I even bought myself a Red Bull. Can you believe it? Ugh. Something weird though that's been happening to me today is for some reason being really tired has made me like crave a vape all day. So I've just been fighting addictive urges all day long. It has been dreadful. Skaboodly, thank you for the $5. Thank you, thank you. I can make a Locust hijack animation down the road if you know how to add it. They're hijackable in Halo Wars, so it's a lore accurate feature. That is true. And yeah, I do know how to add hijacking seats to vehicles. I have hijacking seats for like the Spectre and the it's called the creep in the files. The Shadow, that's it. They don't have custom animation, so it's a little janky, but they work. So yeah, technically, if you make one, I could do it. But you got to remember, you got to make it for elites and Spartans as well, because Elites do be playable characters. Hey Lucifer, what's going on? Use cocaine. True. That is effective. That is an effective method of staying awake for a long period of time. I am not endorsing that though. This is not an endorsement of drugs. Toa has the right idea. Perhaps adding the Phantom's countdown to the destruction would improve the AA gun's destruction effect. The Phantom's destruction effect, I think all it does is play a sound where it like winds up and then explodes. But yeah, that could be good. Could be good. It would definitely add more of an impact to the explosion. I swear I was using it earlier though and it looked better. I'm so confused. There was like black smoke and a bunch of other stuff that happened. There is... No. I know what's going on. There's an effect missing here. I don't know why, but there's a missing effect that's not playing. That was playing earlier. The reason it looks so empty... There's two effects that are supposed to play, and one of them is no longer playing. I need to actually figure out why, because it looks really wimpy. I swear it legitimately looked a lot better earlier. I'm not sure why that's happening now. I think I accidentally removed it when I was making... Oh, I did. I literally removed it. I think so anyway. It actually looked a lot better earlier, so let me go fix it really quickly. I'm really happy with the BFG, and getting it working is important to me. There should be playable brutes. True, Rejected. Did you want to stream for 4 hours yesterday? At least, yeah, that was the goal. That was the goal. Let's see though, BFG model. Okay, so the model itself has the damage state here at 0. It dies and it plays the main explosion effect. This one I think is working. So it goes to the marker FX cinematic explosion, which is right here. So that marker do be existing. I think that's the correct explosion. And then there is the other one that plays, which is the secondary explosion effect. Would you ever implement playable brutes? I would love to implement playable brutes. Are you kidding me? I tried to make playable brutes for my ODST mod so that Spartans were replaced by ODSTs and brutes were, or at least replaced by brutes. I even made a full HUD for brutes. I made a from scratch full HUD for them. Wait, this isn't right. Explosion generic effect marker name. There's something wrong here. I swear this effect had like a large plume of black smoke that came out with it. In fact, if I go to my Twitter right now, I will pull up a video literally of this explosion having way more impact, like right before my stream. Where is it? Here. It's gonna be hard to see because it's gonna get overshadowed by all the plasma here, but... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that really just didn't help that much. But yeah, I swear it was there. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the $5. Rejected, when you're done tonight, would you mind shooting me the updated files? I'd like to play with some functions on my own. Yeah, be my guest. I'll send them on over tonight after the stream's done. Brain Gober. Would you ever? Oh, was anything stopping me from implementing playable brutes? No, no, nothing stopping me. I'm sure people would be a little upset that like the customization would probably get replaced a bit, but no, yeah, it'd work really good actually. Basically, in order to implement playable brutes, all I would have to do is make first-person hands for them that are rigged up to work with the elite rig, so that way it works with all the first-person animations. And then not even, I can make it work with Spartan animations actually. Basically, I would just need like a high-quality first-person brute legs and high-quality first-person brute hands, which really wouldn't be that hard to make. If I wanted to be lazy, I could probably do it with model upscaling and stuff instead of making it from scratch, but in the end, I'd probably want to make it from scratch. I think adding a wind-up to Phantom or Countdown would give it more impact. Yeah, it would. That's true. Recreate that scene real quick with 2 AA guns? Which scene? Oh, you mean from Twitter? Yeah. Well, and I want to say real quick, since this is technically an Extinction remake map, okay? There should be 2 AA guns over here. Like this. There'll be one here. And another one here. And they basically guard this section, right? Let me see, where's this man cannon? Does this take me up? So this would be kind of the experience here, I suppose. Are there giants on the map? Okay, there are. So if you spawned on the Covenant side, this would be your experience, more or less. You'd spawn in, you'd be like, oh shit, dog. I got the Covenant are here. I gotta go this way, and then you'd be like, damn, actually though, why the fuck am I in a Spectre? This map is so big. And you'd probably grab like a Seraph instead. Or maybe one of these Phantoms. You'd fly on over. And then you'd probably be like, oh shit, one of the 2 AA guns. Let me get into one of these wicked sick bad boys here. And you'd jump out. You'd see a man cannon, because you wouldn't be able to get in the AA cannon from over here, I swear. Then you go, wow, and then you'd jump in the driver's seat, and you'd be like, alright, wicked. And then somebody'd be flying like a longsword over your head, and you'd be like, oh shit. Then somebody tried to hijack you, shoot your little steam vent on the bottom, and you're just like, ciao. Blow them up real quick. Ka-chow. Easy peasy, that's how it's done. Ugly Halo 2 Seraph, you take that back. This is the Halo 3 Seraph. They even made a specular map for it, alright? They made a nice Halo 3 era specular map for this thing. It's very beautiful. Oh my god. I just realized the Seraph needs like a serious amount of love too. Oh, the Seraph needs a lot of love, actually. It needs damage states. Oh, I could just spend all day making damage states for the Seraph. Oh, oh, oh. Actually, you say I'm allergic to damage state screen. But I literally was about to get sidetracked and make damage states for the Seraph, but that would just add like another day or two to Ultimate Forge, and I'm not going to do that right now, as much as I'd literally be willing to do it. I just noticed that the string, when I try to enter, it says hold E to enter Banshee, which is sacrilege. Everything I make should have a custom string. I don't know how I overlooked the Seraph of all things. Makes me sad. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back. Guess who? Spoilers. It's me. Alright. Why is this using the Banshee text is my question. You know, we have this lovely, lovely Seraph that I'm standing atop right now, and it's using the enter Banshee text of all things. That's not up to snuff. It's just simply not. Apparently, I have never made a Seraph driving Seraph driving string. I'm shook. I'm shook. So I'll make a pilot Seraph prompt or Seraph underscore drive. And on top of that, I'll make one for flipping it because all vehicles need a flip string. And it's overlooked. Never forget to add flip strings. We go tool, strings, UI, HUD, and I go on over to Gorilla. And I go on over to the Seraph, where the fuck the Seraph is. There it is. Go on in there. Skaboodly, thank you for the 10. Thank you, thank you. Instead of trying to finish literally all the vehicles, why not just release Ultimate Forge without the unfinished ones and then update it later? Honestly, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. I was considering doing that. I want Ultimate Forge to be a more polished experience. Ideally. I could take a look and see, like, what I would have to remove. I want to keep as much as I can, but yeah, it's kind of lame to... There we go. Pilot Seraph. I even made a flip string. Hold on. I need to put the flip string in. Boom. You flip the Seraph over, it'll say the right thing now. You know, Skaboodly, you make a solid point. You do make a solid point. But actually, why not make a Halo 3 Condor when you get the chance? Honestly, I might. I might. At this point, you gotta realize to get everything as pristine as you want, it's probably gonna take 5 times as much time as... Yeah, no, you're right. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take, like, a lot. So, you know, you have a very valid point. There's only a handful of vehicles that are really up to snuff, though, is the problem. Demon, thank you for the 10. Appreciate it. Or realize that most players don't really care about the high polish and just want to play with their friends. Ooh, damn. Admittedly, that's also a really good point. That's the reason I wanted to keep even the unfinished stuff in, is because I mean, it's just fun. Chances are the majority of people who end up playing Ultimate Forge aren't actually gonna be doing like hardcore custom games. Plus, with unfinished stuff, it can be kept in Forge and be fun to play around with, but not actually be like a I didn't make a physics model for this yet. But it's like you don't have to place it down in custom games. So you know what? Both of you are right. But instead of me removing unfinished stuff from the mod, I'll leave it to people to not place it in their maps and still have the option to mess around with it in Forge with their friends. So I'm not going to restrict it. Other people can choose to restrict it. I'll let the players decide instead of myself. Last time I was playing Ultimate Forge with you guys was stupidly fun already. Just polishing vehicles and assets one at a time is probably the way to go. I agree. I agree. 100% I agree. Honestly, I could release it right now and it would still be really good. Like the Locust is already working good. If I'm just gonna polish up the effects on it, and then I'm gonna add like a big explosion to the Scarab, and then call it on that. Oh God. All right. Power through. I'm dying mentally. I've been awake for way too many hours, but I'm gonna power through here. I'm gonna give the Locust an explosion right now. I also need to give the Scarab an explosion. Before I do the Locust really quickly, I want to know what you guys think. Right now, the Scarab dies. It's completely stiff. I don't entirely know how to give it joints and ragdoll physics, and I'm not sure if that would actually look good. And I can't give it a death animation. So part of me is tempted to just give it like a massive like nuclear style explosion for now. And then just call it a day. Like a mini space pickle explosion, and then it just disappears and kills the driver. I think I'm gonna do that. Because as cool as it would be to like... As cool as it would be theoretically to give it a cool animation when it dies, I don't think I can do that. So I think I'm just gonna like space pickle it up and make this thing explode violently and disappear. Why not make it blow up into many pieces? See, I could, but then that would take me like several days. Well, take me like at least an extra day. I could make it so like the legs fall off and like the body chunks come out. Just pull off its legs and have them spawn as crate objects, and then I remember how much work that is. I could do that actually, especially because, fun fact, Halo 2 Scarab, all of the legs are identical. They're all copy-paste the same leg. So I can make one leg and just place it 4 times, and then make a head that's like mangled. Yeah, I could probably do that actually. That's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. I could make like a mangled body and head object that kind of has like a flickering light on the belly or something with like maybe a leg attached to it, and then just make the legs fall off. So it's just kind of like a huge explosion, like a ripped open belly. Damn, that actually sounds sick as fuck. Hello? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. God damn. I kind of want to do that right now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. We have achieved consensus. We have. And you see, that's what I like about streaming all of these mods, is that literally I come to these conclusions with your guys' help. And it's nice. So let's say like, well, let me open this up in Blender really quick in the background. Blah blah. No. Blah 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 blah. Okay, here we go. So closing BFG, opening Scarab. So here's the Halo 2 Scarab. I'm thinking here like, how should I do this thing exploding? Like, should I like split it down the middle maybe and like kind of mangle it? That'd be kind of a lot of work to do a fully custom model of like 2 split pieces down the middle, but it would look kind of cool. Maybe I could just do like one where like the top is like broken in and like mangled a bit. Rejected, do you agree 343 should never ever remove the flyable Pelican glitch in Infinite and turned it into a feature? I mean, it was cool that you could fly the Pelican in Infinite, but like, I literally have an entire video on my channel dunking on the Halo Infinite Pelican glitch. Where I just rant for 1 minute how the Pelican is glitchy and it didn't work, and then I used the Halo Infinite mod. Or I made a mod for Halo Infinite where like I made an actually good flyable Pelican. That was like 10 times better. Also, fun fact, I was the first person to ever fly a Pelican in Halo Infinite, and I legally cannot elaborate on that. Actually, it's probably fine now. Maybe I shouldn't say it. maybe I won't say anything. It's been a while now, but I don't know if I want to. NDA? No NDA. Well, I guess technically it wasn't, but like, I didn't get any special treatment for 343, but yeah, maybe I won't say anything. All right, I'm gonna save this as. But yes, I can promise you, I was the first person to ever fly a Pelican. Sorry, the first player to ever fly a Pelican in Halo Infinite. It looks so cool and I never got to experience it. It's something I always live to regret. Nah, just get Halo Infinite on PC. I'll send you a link to the mod that that lets you fly a Pelican. You click like one button and then all the Pelicans become flyable and have way better physics than the glitch ever let you have. Like, I'll literally... hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Does. Damn, I literally even... I'm not going to force you to listen to my commentary, but like, this is Halo Infinite, okay? This is footage, back when the glitch worked, of me flying the Pelican, okay? This is the glitch. Look at how this Pelican handles, okay? The camera orbits around the cockpit, okay? Which I assume is for, you know, the ability to aim better. But it feels shitty to fly. Like, it feels weird. It feels like the weight of the Pelican is behind you. Wait, Salty, you figured out how to do a charger blaze that you can cancel while firing? How? Explain. So anyway, there's that. The other issue is that the Pelican can never pitch up or down. It's always like stuck like a hornet, kind of just like this. You can't like look up or down this way. It's always just kind of wah, wah. Also, it flies really slowly, and then you click A to go up and it goes wing. It like goes up and down really fast for some reason, and then it just kind of hovers slowly around, which feels weird as fuck. I don't know why they did that. Also, the wings barely turn when you move. Yeah, the animations on it aren't very good. So this was just kind of shitty. Like, look how weird this looks. Look, flying this Pelican is so weird and like glitchy. Look at that. It's like you're flying a solid block. Here is my modded Pelican, which you can download. Look at this shit. I gave it rocket pods. It has wing animations enabled. It can pitch and hover up and down. It's more like a classic Pelican, which was really nice. Basically, the Pelican glitch in campaign, like the Pelican vehicle that's in Infinite, it just isn't set up correctly for players to use it. All I had to do was go in and like make edits to it, move the camera like around, enable animations, turn on the pitching and stuff. And yeah, and once I did all this stuff, the Infinite Pelican felt like a dream to fly. It was really fucking badass. Watching this on PC, so send me the link. It's literally in the description. I actually don't know if the website is still up. I think this should still work if you have Infinite Runtime Tag Viewer. This is a poke file. So if you have Infinite Runtime Tag Viewer, you can literally just download this. And then boom, done. He likes to watch the birds. Yeah. I like pelicans. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, so this is the Scarab Gibbs. I'm gonna delete all the legs for now. I'm just gonna focus on the body gib for the time being. The legs should be easy to do later. I'll also delete these little joints. Delete this. The pistons. All the little fins. Don't need any of those. Okay, so that just leaves me with the body, which is good. On the inside of the body, I don't think there's anything I really need to delete in here. Should be good overall. Alright, let me check. Oh, Skaboodly super chatted a $5. Thank you very much for that. The law requires me to shake my finger at you and say, don't do that. I assume you're saying that, you were saying that in relation to me saying that I was the first person to fly the Pelican. In which case, yeah, I'm not going to elaborate on that, but just know. I am very, very confident in the fact that I am the first player to ever fly a Pelican in Infinite. Quite confident. Demon, thank you very much for the $5. There's a joke inside the server that has been hiding from you. Check your DMs. No. What is this? You snitching? I've been added 3 times in the server. I'm afraid to click. This is gonna be so loud, isn't it?
You don't want to know. Audrey, don't tell it. You shouldn't have told me, but
how dare you? How dare you? Just keeping things from me like that. The fuck? I've been added 3 times in my server. Should I check that even? What's going on? Just agent added me 3 times violently. Violent adding. Okay. Here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna manually mangle this entire Scarab head right now. I lied. I'm gonna pose it. Posing is better. Pose it like that. Kind of have it droop a little bit. The head, jaws will all kind of droop like this. Like crumple upwards maybe, and then this one will kind of like come down like that. And this one will kind of play outwards, perhaps like this. And then this one will kind of come up, open like that. We can have this one go like rotate. And even have the eye on the inside, kind of. That looks pretty mangled. I would say that whatever this Scarab is dead. Now I can take the whole entire head and rotate it like that. And angle it downward. That's one dead Scarab head right there. Okay, so all I do is just find a way to put the mod in Infinite. I'm gonna... Basically, with IRTV, you can load mods that are like the little text files, basically. And so you download the little text file from the website, and then you can load it into IRTV as a poke. It's a save poke. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Okay, so I'll apply this pose. So this will now become the permanent state of the model, which is also nice because that means the collision and physics models have gone with it, because I posed it with the bones and they're all attached. All right, so here's our Scarab. Now I do want to mangle it a bit, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new material. I call it Scarab Internals, and I'm gonna just. Do I apply this? Yeah, I'm gonna apply. The subdivision modifier. It has a shape key. That'll give me more room to work with mangling this thing pretty badly. I'm not gonna do any sculpting, I think. Instead, I'm gonna just try to do some linear movement. Just try to kind of mangle the shape of this all over the place. There we go. Scarab's getting kind of mangled. Looks kind of destroyed. This is a good start to the shape of it getting pretty wrecked. Beaten up. The control said big cock, and when he said that, I felt that. That's true, actually. As far as mangling the Scarab's body, that's a pretty decent job. Now I want to cut into it a little bit, but not in a way that's actually going to take time and effort. An easy way to cut into it. So there's going to be a giant explosion, which means some parts of this are going to become raw internals. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it like this and mangle it. Yeah, that kind of seems like a better idea. Yeah, like that, and then I'll just have it be like a solid, simple object. It'll be a death gib anyway, nothing to it. Okay, looks good, looks good. And then it'll just blow up like this. Oh, do I do a custom texture for it? How does this man know how to use Blender? I am very mediocre at Blender. I'm getting better all the time, but I would say I'm very mediocre at it. I'm gonna delete the Scarab collision. Actually, I'm going to keep the head parts of the collision. So I'm going to keep you. Why are you... Why is it like this? Man, fuck a collision model. I take all of you. I delete all the fucking physics objects that are here that are all nice and complicated. Fuck that. Hell no. I'm gonna delete every physics object. All of them. Gone. You hear me? They're dead. You see all of these cool markers that are useful for the Scarab? Also dead. All that's left is just this model right here. Crazy. You might be wondering, damn, that's a complicated ass skeleton for a giant chunk of nothing garbage. And you would be right. You would be absolutely right. What are all these bones for? There's no more legs. We don't need that. Also true. Dead, gone, nothing left. All that's left is just a simple object. I'm gonna make the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You know what I just made? It's an armature with a single bone. Look at that. A bone. Bone. Look at this optimization. We're gonna take the head and we're gonna put it at 0. Fuck. Cursor to world origin. We're actually gonna delete this bone. We're gonna add a new bone. I don't know what I just did. I lied. We're deleting this armature and we're making a new armature at the world origin and we're gonna edit it and we're gonna drag it like this. Look at that. There's a single bone in this entire place. This object that you're seeing here, the only actual object in the entire place, it's gonna go down like this. Look at that. A scarab, sort of. This bone right here exists so that our scarab exists. I'm gonna name it root. And you know what? I'm gonna make a collision model. There's the collision model. And then I'm going to parent both of these to the object here. Beautiful. I'm going to make a physics model. Watch in awe as I make a physics model. I'm going to hide all of these. I'm going to name this money sign Scarab. Make a hover Scarab. I technically, yeah, I definitely could. This is going to be a physics object. Watch as I make a physics object. This part here is also going to be a physics object. But I need to delete all this other shit real quick. Screw spooky music. These two are going to become a physics object because I said so. And then last but not least, this whole ass piece is going to become a physics object. Yeah, you're not going to be allowed to walk inside of it. Scarab trash. So here it is. The fully realized Scarab dead body. Minus the legs, which I still technically have to do. So, there's one other thing I'm going to do actually real quick, which is I'm going to reduce all the face maps actually. I'm just going to do one called default. Actually, fuck that. I'm going to not reduce all the face maps because that's probably going to cause some issues that I don't want to deal with. It's just going to have a complicated ass face map region system. That's fine. If they exist, they exist. If they don't, they don't. Halo knows to import. Moves like a wraith, but it's the cabin of the Halo 2 Scarab. That's so cursed. Why? This is good though. Oh, right. There's the material. The material. I'm going to call it. Let's do remove unused slots. Then we have Scarab Bloom. I'm going to call Scarab Bloom dead. Because the Scarab Bloom is actually this bottom part, like the glowy bits in the eye and stuff. And I want to make those their own shaders where they kind of flicker because the Scarab is dead. I don't want them to just be like off. I want it to be like destroyed and have kind of that effect to it. Kind of like the downed Scarab that I placed on Overpass, the map I have on the workshop right now. So I'm going to export this as a JMS, Halo 3, as a render model. Holy fuck. I'm like hopped up on so much caffeine right now. It is disgusting. It is the only thing keeping me awake right now. All right. So this is going to become a thing called Scarab Dead. And then body. And then I'll have like Scarab Dead leg later. So Scarab Dead body, export. And then this is under Scrab. Scrab H2. Where's my H2 Scrab? Scarab Gibbs. There it is. And then we're going to go into the data, objects, vehicle, Scarab H2. And I'm going to make a new folder called Gibbs. No, sorry, that's going to be the wrong name. It's going to be Scarab. Actually, no. What do they have? It's new folder called Destruction. And then this is going to be Scarab Hull. Well, Scarab Hull Dead. That's a good name for it to keep things organized. Is that Bella with the 2? Hello. Always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Boom, and then Scarab H2. Shaders, Scarab Bloom. Dead. Will it recognize the shaders? I think it did. Let's go. Oh. I'm beyond tired. Okay. So the legs, which is officially just landing gear. Yeah, if you talk about the Scarab's legs, you do have to call it landing gear. That is just a fact. Hello there. Cherub is hover, Scarab with chair. My god, that's actually true. Why is that actually true? Oh, Bella's, your super chat came through. Halo 2 Scarab model, and is there a scenery? Okay, there's a crate for it. I'll copy those and put that into this folder, which just got created. Call it Scarab Hull Dead. Oh, this is actually going to be cool when it's done. I hope I can stay awake long enough to get this taken care of. It's actually, I'm no stranger to pulling all-nighters, but I actually got like 5 hours of sleep last night after also being up for like 17 hours, so it's like double whammying me right now. But thankfully, coffee exists. It's a wonderful thing. When someone says hello there, you're supposed to say General Kenobi. That's actually just the law. I don't even know if the Kenobi show was any good. I'm tempted to watch it, but I don't know if it's like good. I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan, but I just wanted to... Is it like... Can I join and yell every 5 minutes to keep you awake? Surely that'll work. It won't distract me further Most definitely. Alright, I've nearly got it. Wait, hold on. The Scarab dead object is here. Hold it. Hold it. Hold on. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, yeah, wait, no, I've got it. I've got it. So here's the model. I hook it up. There's a cut version that makes it into a 2-hour movie. That honestly sounds good. I actually got really bored the other day while I was working on Halo mods, and I put One Piece up on the side. I told myself I would never watch One Piece because there's no way it would actually be like I don't have enough time to watch 1,000 episodes. And I started watching it. Watched 10 episodes of One Piece and got bored. I'm actually watching something called One Pace, which is where all the episodes are recut because there's a shit ton of filler and extra stuff in every episode, and they cut out everything that's basically not what the original manga is, and the manga is pure storyline. And I watched the equivalent of like 10 episodes, and I'm already through like 20. And it felt very good and story-based. I watched ReZero. Dude, I really enjoyed season 1 of ReZero. And then the story just got really boring to me. I don't know, like the last season came out and I was just like, man, what's even happening anymore? Like this is just a really sad guy. Like it's good. Maybe you'll really like it, but like I watched it over the years that it came out and I kind of forgot what happened, and then like I think season 3 came out of ReZero and I was just like, man, this guy's just really sad and I kind of forgot what's happening, and he's just like a really sad guy, man. But the first season had me hooked, man. The first season was so good. I've watched the Practical Jokers, yeah. I love Impractical Jokers. They're hilarious. What was I doing? Oh, the Scarab. I was working on the Scarab. Okay, I'm not gonna get distracted. I got this. I'm gonna say if I can get the Scarab to spawn right, then I'll permit myself to sleep. But if I can, I mean, if I can get the destruction to spawn right, I'll sleep. Holy shit, I'm actually like melting on stream. Okay, Scarab, H2. Why did I close that? So here's the destruction states for... Actually, I don't want the H2 one, I want the multiplayer one for this. Does the Pelican mod work for the PC Xbox app? I assume you're meaning you run Halo Infinite not on Steam, and I believe so, yes. I think it should be identical to the version on Steam. I can't tell you with 100% confidence, but I'm just going to go on a limb and say, yeah, probably. Okay, we'll reduce the Scarab's health really low for the purposes of testing. And then I'm going to have a transition effect where at 0 it kills object and also destroys object. But there is a delay of 0.5 seconds, and the delay effect will spawn in the crate. But I need an effect to spawn it in, so I'm going to steal from the Phantom. Excuse me. Okay. I'm focused. I'll read super chats in a second. Phantom explosion, transition destroy. No, transition destroyed. Yeah, I think that's it. Transition destroyed is the one that spawns in the Gibbs. So I'm going to copy that into the Scarab folder real quick under Scarab multiplayer FX, and this is going to be, I'm just literally going to keep it called Transition Destroyed. Make it a really short delay here. Transition Destroyed effect should be very simple. Demon, thank you for the $5. You said you'll get the Scarab to spawn right and put the AA gun in Ultimate Forge list and release it and sleep while it uploads. How about I do that either tomorrow or the next day once the Locust is done, and it'll be even better because of it. Okay, this is the right one. Good, good. We have one location in here where it's going to be, I'm just going to call it, I'm going to put it on the belly marker for now, and I'll find a better marker to put it on later. So events, death. Oh my, it's so loud. Oh. Babel, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Hear me out. Floating Halo 2 Scarabs will allow you to properly wonk on them, and you can play pirates on one with each team. Ah, Demon has a really good rebuttal to you, Babel. Thank you, Demon, for the 2. He said, that's called a lich, and he's kind of right. You know what you're thinking of, Babel, is the siege tank, the Covenant siege tank. It's basically like a huge wraith with like AA guns on it, and like areas where like banshees are parked and can go flying out. You're thinking of the Halo Reach Covenant siege tank. In fact, the Halo Twitter account actually just featured the Covenant siege tank the other day. Skaboodle, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. When I was your age, I destroyed my body by going 3 consecutive days without sleep all the time just for funsies. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah. Earlier this year, I stayed up at one point for like 36 hours, I think. That shit was not worth it, man. If somebody modeled the siege tank, I'd actually just explode. If somebody modeled the siege tank, I would also explode. I am not going to model that thing. It would be a very fun project, though. I'll say that. That'd be a very, very fun project. Oh, right. I'm spawning in a Scarab. I remember. Vehicles. Scarab. H2 multiplayer. Scarab H2 destruction crate. I think I set it up right. I really hope I set it up right. So theoretically though, this effect will spawn in the crate at the belly object after a very slight delay when the Scarab dies. So the Scarab now is really low health. When I shoot it, it should die, and within 1/4 of a second, it should spawn the Scarab hole. There's a chance the Scarab hole will go flying off into the distance. This is expected. Huh, it just didn't spawn at all that time. Let me make sure the Scarab hole crate object actually exists. Hold on. I don't want to try spawn. I don't want to spend like a bunch of time debugging an object that literally does not exist. Oh. Okay, so objects, vehicles, Scarab H2 destruction. Scarab hole dead. Let's make sure that the object I just made actually works. It does not. It simply does not exist. Object failed. Sorry, I can't read because my cat's on the screen. Make sure you have a model and a physics model linked up. Does it not? I could have sworn it does. It definitely does. Come on, come on. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the tenor. I want to eventually model a siege engine, but it's so massive. Designing a play space for it will be really difficult, so I'm worried about causing stability issues. Honestly, that's a fair concern. I don't realistically know if there's a good map where you could have a siege engine. Whatever map it would be would have to be enormous, and you would definitely have to find a way to make it so that... I think it would work from a gameplay perspective because it would be slow enough as a giant moving object that you could have like the good early mover physics and stuff on it, but God, that would be crazy. Well, if you ever do model it, I will make a map that works with it. Actually, I'm sure you would now that I think about it. You're getting really good into map making. But yeah, that would be sick as fuck. Whatever you don't end up trying your hand at, I'm gonna try my hand at. Hey, kitty cat. Why not work? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm too tired to debug why my very simple object no worky. There's one last thing I'm gonna try. I'm gonna delete all the face maps from every object. No face maps. I do not want them. Go away, face maps. Demon, thank you for the 2. Wouldn't it fit in Ultimate Forge? Oh, definitely. Definitely it would. Oh my god, loud. Salty CJ, thank you for the $1. Much appreciated. DM'd you on Discord about the charge weapon. Oh, thank you for the $1, and thank you for the information. If I can get that to work, that would be fucking awesome. Much appreciated. I will take a look at it after stream, because I think I'm going to have to end stream soon, because my brain is just actually exploding. Let's see, did the region thing fix it? I wonder. This is a good song. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the $5. Update the drive and send me blend file and tags before you slip. Ah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I would have totally forgotten if you hadn't said that. Oh, come on. You can... I know that my collision model is like disgustingly massive, but come on. Almost there. It's almost there. Delta's at 0.01. Oh, thank God it's done. Okay, I think it might work this time. There we go! That did it! Whoops. Dead Scarab. Look how dead it is. That's a dead-ass Scarab. Alright. Now that we've got a dead-ass Scarab, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing on its shaders really quickly to make its eyes kind of blinky. Redoing the Scarab. I'm just making at least one of the few pieces it's gonna need for when it dies, at least the multiplayer version of the Scarab. Because the multiplayer version of the Scarab I can't do fancy animations for when it dies and cripples, so instead I'm just gonna have it blow up into some different pieces. And one thing I'm gonna do really quickly is the glowy bits that are on the Scarab. I am going to, by the way, shout out to Demon for when he upscaled these textures and had his name permanently implemented onto the Halo 2 Scarab. But yeah, let's see. The illumination intensity right now is set to the alive function, but instead, I'm gonna make it periodic, the function of noise, and it's going to go between 0 and 5, not on any particular range. And I'm gonna do function max of, how did I do this? 2, 1.5, -0.5. Oh, there we go. -2. And so now basically with this curve, what's going to happen is anytime it's flat, it's completely dark, and then occasionally it'll just spike up really bright. I want to see what that looks like. So that's good. It's kind of what I want, but it's really fast. So the frequency I'm going to put to like 0.25. I think that's not bad. Looks dead. Maybe I'll reduce it a little bit more. It's still a little bit too fast for me personally. That's definitely a dead Scarab. Looks good to me. Alright, so what I'll do is I don't think I need this anymore. I can delete it. And then I can refresh so we get our Scarab, the alive Scarab back, wherever it is, right there. Let's see, can we get it to spawn in? It did not spawn in the completely correct position, but it did spawn in. Also, it took like too long to spawn in and it looked awkward. Let me fix the timing on that real quick. I don't want like any weird awkward timing like that. And I will have to reposition it. I'm also gonna have to kind of make a massive scale explosion to kind of hide the fact that it's spawning like that. But right now, let's see. So right now it spawns too high up. I'll see if I can't make it spawn lower. Right now the location is belly. I wonder if root's too low. Root's probably going to make it spawn really low. But there's a chance that it won't. So I'll take that chance. Oh. Oh, now it just spawns really high up, actually. I think I'll have to make a custom marker on the Scarab really quickly. I'm going to be lazy and gross. And instead of going into Blender and making a custom marker that actually is good for this, I'm going to be, like I said, lazy and gross. I'm going to enter expert mode. I'm going to go to marker groups. I'm going to find the belly marker. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to manually lower it to -2. Go 0, 0. Save it. We're going to name the marker not belly, but dead hull. Save it, and now we're going to spawn that on the dead hole marker. Refresh the entire thing. Oh, I did it. I did it. You can't stop me. Well, besides the fact that it doesn't have any legs, that's actually a half-decent spawning method for the destroyed body of the Scarab. Now, however, it needs to have destroyed legs, and the effect needs to look a lot better. Because that's honestly a really shitty effect. Blood music. It's using like the Halo 3 default Scarab effect, and I hate to say it, it's really way too small for this thing. I need to be able to hide the fact that I'm spawning in a big-ass Scarab. I think I'm gonna make it so the entire map is gonna like glow when a Scarab dies. Head should pop off. Not a bad idea. I could probably do that. Okay, so it seems -1 is going to be the sweet spot for where this thing spawns in. Okay, the positioning of the whole object is good, so there's that. Skaboodly, thank you very much for the $5. Can you have the destroyed dot crate be on fire in certain places? Yes. In fact, I was going to do that. I was going to add a big old chunk of fire right on it, and I was going to steal it from over there on one of those things. That's a great piece of fire. I was just going to shove onto part of it and call it. I was actually going to put the fire in the eye of it, but I think I'll put the fire in the eye, and then I'll go ahead and do, what do I want to do with it? Maybe like a giant thing of smoke kind of just radiating out of it generally. Hey, yo, Ashley gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. 5 new members in chat. That's super generous of you. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Red fire or blue? Definitely blue. Definitely blue. It'll be, I have just the effect to copy over as well. So it'll Scarab Halo 2 destruction. A refresh, there's a new folder in here. Destruction, Scarab Hole dead. I gotta grab the model here. I'm gonna make a, or no, not the model, the crate. Congrats to everybody who got sniped by Ashlet. Love it. You love to see it. Also, Ashlet, I'm sorry that you missed the parking garage live the other day. I know that you were quite disappointed with that. I still have the parking garage though. It still exists. It's still good. I would pull it out right now, but I'm literally trying not to pass out in my chair at the moment while I do this. Alright, where am I at on this? Effect. Oh, that's right. I was going to steal the fire effect from the BFG because it actually turned out to be a really nice effect. I think it's literally just called fire. And I'm kind of an idiot for removing the markers on this thing. Ashley, thank you very much for tipping $5. Sorry I missed the parking garage on stream yesterday. Can we get a quick parking garage for chat? Oh, you're really forcing my hand here. Now, I guess perhaps we could get a parking garage. The highest of quality, most detailed objects in all of Halo. The parking garage. My whip is too thick. Or is it? Hold on. Oh! So close. Come on. Go! No! No! Damn it. Damn it. Look at this sad dead Scarab and laugh. I was gonna do something. I was gonna do something with this Scarab. I was gonna add fire to it. And I was gonna put a marker on its face. I was gonna make a new UV sphere. And I was going to attach it to the armature. And then I was going to attach it and parent it to a marker. Attach it to the bone, the hull, and then I was going to call it I. And I was going to move it all the way over here. To the front. Like so. And it should already be facing forward because that's its natural state at the 0, 0, 0 rotation. So that's good actually. So I can save it. Then I can make another one. Rotate it Y. Positive 90. And from the heart of the Scarab will come a new marker called belly. And I will save this and export it. And you better believe I'm about to re-import this render model faster than you've ever seen, I swear to God. Shit. That was the wrong command. As it renders that render model, I now have the new fire effect I just made. Am I going to finish the fire and then end stream? I don't know. Maybe. Stick around and find out. Also, leave a like if you're enjoying the stream so far. Also, follow my socials. Yeah. Alright. Here goes nothing. I still need a better explosion effect, admittedly. But let's see. Do we have fire in the eye? We do! The real question is, though, should we have fire in the eye? I like that there's like blue fog coming out of the eye. I feel like this fire and smoke should be coming out of like the belly or something. Instead of the eye. And just leave the fog coming out of there. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'll make another marker. FX main explosion I'll replace with belly. And then we'll have a couple of things here. Soft smoke. Set to belly. Which is a marker somewhere in here. We should see it. Doesn't seem like it's doing too much. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that the soft smoke large here is supposed to be in the eye and everything else is supposed to be in belly now. Oh wait, I was actually wrong about that one. Plasma fire large does need to go to belly. This one though stays an eye, and then these two go to belly. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Perfect. Now we have this cool blue fog rolling out of the eye like that, which I think looks really dope. And when I refresh and we spawn it in again, we should get the fire and smoke coming out of the center. I could definitely use some work in making it a little bit better, but it's not bad overall. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Hold on. Smoke fire lit should be under eye. And this one should be under belly. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on. I was wondering why the blue fog coming out of the eye didn't look as good as I wanted it to. Hurrah. There we go. Now it's like the eye is kind of leaking coolant. Although... not entirely where I'd like it to be. But this is nice. The center of it's got like smoke coming out of it, kind of like the other destroyed Scarab. Looks like I'll have to move the eye marker forward a little bit more. That's what I'm doing here. It's moved a little bit more into the mouth. Should be able to export that pretty quickly and get it back in game in no time at all. Why Sergeant's death music? It's just my Halo playlist going now. Restart it with some fun music. Fighting a Scarab after all. Here's some fitting tunes. There's one dead ass Scarab. Still don't quite understand why it's so far in there. One more time. One last export. Here we go. That'll do. This is a dead Scarab. Now once we get some legs, a better explosion, maybe some enhancements to these effects, this is actually half decent for a multiplayer Scarab dying. I think this is pretty good. We'll get something similar going on with the Locus destruction effects as well. Some nice small sparks and a few sound effects and things that are going to happen for when its legs are destroyed and damaged as well. And I think overall, it's going to be pretty good. So, I think this is a good place to end it. We're over 3 hours on today's stream, which honestly, with how tired I am, is a lot better than I thought I was going to make it. I want to give a big shout out to all of you for supporting the stream today with super chats. They've been very generous super chats, as well as the tip goal, which I'm not gonna lie, we didn't hit it, but it is what it is. We don't always hit it, and honestly, the super chats have been phenomenal. Thank you guys for just being here in general. I really appreciate you. It has been a lot of fun working together with you guys, coming up with solutions for stuff with the Locust earlier was really enjoyable. I really appreciate you guys with modding knowledge, and just even those of you who don't have modding knowledge and are just understanding the concepts and being able to be in chat and participate with that kind of stuff. Really fun. I am going to head off, though. I'm extremely tired. I'm going to go pass out for like 12 hours probably. It's going to be beautiful. Listen, I see you guys in chat, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will... You'll have to admire the Dead Scarab later in Ultimate Forge when it's released. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you again. I really appreciate you being here. I will see you tomorrow. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Hey, yo, Ashlet tipped $20. Thank you very much. What the hell? That's super generous. That's really, really generous. That's actually huge. Thank you for the 20. Tip gold top tip. Give me drive update? I will. I'll do it after stream. But thank you. Thank you very much for that, Ashley. Ending off the stream with a $20 tip, bringing us almost halfway. That's super nice of you. Thank you so much. 2 short streams in a row. I really, for real, will make it up for you next time. Skaboodly with the 2. Give me drive update. I know. I will. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. It's going up. Have a wonderful night, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Be there. Be square, nerds.